morning. Whew. It is Wednesday, September 11th. 75th day on trail. And the sun is shining. Not a cloud in the sky. Oh my goodness. And it was cold this morning. Of course, everything was wet, or is wet, damp. Fingers were freezing this morning trying to put everything up, pack it up, because everything's wet. I'm touching wet, cold water. But that sun, there it is out. So I don't know, sometime after lunch or around lunch, when I find an open spot, I am stopping for an hour. Everything in my pack is going to be laid out. Everything is wet, damp. My sleeping bag's damp. So I got to that camp and I showed you my spot last night, and it started getting cold because the wind started blowing. And I got in and changed clothes, and I was just gonna eat wraps. 7:30, kidney stone attack. Oh my God. I'm smiling, but man, it was not funny. 2.5 hours of excruciating, screaming, moaning, begging, oh God, in pain for 2.5 hours. Till 10 o'clock, and it just like stopped. Oh, I was just worn out. I mean, after you hike 14 miles and then you battle that for 2.5 hours, I didn't sleep very well. I mean, I slept, but it was just weird. Like I said before, it's just like when you have a fever for hours and hours, and you just, after it stops, you just feel all beat up, worn out. Well, that's the same as this kidney stone. And of course, now this morning I'm pain free. I think it actually was moving. That's why it was so excruciating. I could feel it. The pressure was pushing it down my urethra. Hell, maybe it's in my bladder, because I got my belt actually a little tight today. Haven't been able to tighten my hip belt on my backpack. And today I did. It's not hurting. So I don't know. I don't even want to guess. Every time I think I'm in the clear, something happens. But that was pretty miserable. And I don't know. I woke up at 2:30, and I already had peed once as soon as the attack stopped. Then I had to go again. And then I slept till about 7:30, and I had to go again. That's when I got up, started getting going. So I hit the trail at 9:30. I didn't get a chance last night to even open my phone to see what was in store for today. I ate at 10 o'clock. I didn't even get a chance to eat, but I didn't even feel like eating, because when you have that kind of pain, I mentioned it before, it just makes you nauseous. I mean, it's just, you want to, if I had a weak stomach, I guarantee most people would be throwing up. So I had a big breakfast this morning, and so glad to see the sunshine. Hell, I was packing up this morning and a damn mosquito flying around me. September 11th, it's freezing out. I actually left my bug lotion at the last, at the hiker box at, hell, wherever the hell I was. Sisters. Sister's in suite, they had a hiker box. I figure I wouldn't need it anymore. But I am heading south, who knows? I guess there's some mosquitoes could be still out. But it'd be nothing. Not even worth putting lotion on. That's just extra weight. Oh, this sunshine feels so good. I checked gut hooks, and I've got several miles kind of on this flat section like I'm doing. And then I got 3 climbs up to 6,500 feet. First one's a doozy. You kind of stay up there so you're not dropping a whole lot. And then you got to climb back up 65, down a little bit, and then back up another one. So hopefully I'll have some views up there. Don't know what I'll be looking at, but after 3 days of clouds, I don't know where in the hell I am or what's around. Maybe can see South Sisters, but I don't even know what it looks like. So I should have seen that 2 days ago. And Middle Sisters. But it beats clouds and the rain. Man, the woods look so much more pretty with sunshine through them. And the birds are out. Squirrels are out. Pheasants are out. I had a big old pheasant. God, they're huge up here. Just like Washington. Right off the trail, they're not even scared. I didn't feel like getting my camera out though. And I would imagine, I don't know if today, but probably tomorrow, I'll start seeing some northbounders because the guy yesterday, Beats, told me there was a bunch of them had been at Shelter Cove for 2 or 3 days waiting for the rains to go through pass. Because it is pretty miserable hiking in the rain. I mean, 1 day, 2 days, but that 3rd day, you're just, everything's soaked. And if it gets cold, you're pretty miserable. Actually, last night I slept first time in a long time since Washington. I actually slept in my down jacket last night. And actually, I was a little too warm, but I was so out of it after the kidney stone attack, kept thinking about taking it off, and then I'd fall back asleep. Wake up hot. But that, yeah, I switched out a couple weeks ago. I had my sister send me my down jacket, and I sent my synthetic one home because this down one is a lot warmer. But you can't get it wet. I was actually going to wear it this morning, but my pack was so wet I didn't want to get it wet. This is the 4th lake I've passed since I've left my camp. Wow, this is a pretty one too. I don't know if I can get a shot of it. But look at those. Oh my Lord. Well, I just left the Three Sisters Wilderness, got to the southern trailhead, and there was not any sign for what I'm entering now. Just said Pacific Crest Trail. So spent 3 days in the most beautiful section and never saw a thing. Oh, man. And there's a lake. Just took a picture of that sign. It said Bobby Lake. 11 miles from here. I'd already looked. After that, you're up kind of the back side of the third mountain. After that, you go way down, and there's not a campsite for a long time. So I might be staying there. And typically, if you're up higher, you got a chance for service. Wow, look at that old PCT emblem. Tree ate it. Check it out. Had to put sunglasses on. Actually walking through an old burn section. So you see all the new pine trees that are growing up. Had to ditch the jacket, ditch my undershirt. And ate some snacks. Wow, it's a pretty long burn section. Whew. You can see back out there. I decided to take advantage of the burn section. So I got everything in my backpack laid out. Drying in the sun. See how wet fly is. Got my pillow, my down jacket, my sleeping bag, or sleeping quilt. And these things won't take long. Probably about, I'll be here 30 minutes and pack back up and get going. Well, it's about 1 o'clock. I spent 45 minutes drying my stuff out. And I just checked. I've actually gone 5 miles. I don't know how. That's with a 45-minute break. And 3.5 hours since I left, and 45 minutes of drying clothes and tents and sleeping quilt. And my backpack, tell you, it feels 3 pounds lighter. Picked it up, I couldn't believe how light it was. Makes a difference. I'm still walking in the burn section. Well, I stopped and talked to that gentleman, the section hiker, for a few. He was giving me the lowdown up above, or ahead. Yeah, he was telling me about which beats already told me. After tomorrow, it'll be tomorrow though, after I cross Highway 58, 20 miles without water. God, that sucks. And I'm not doing 20-mile days, so I don't know. May have to. But anyways, he said I had about another mile in this burn section and I'll be done. He said there's a lake coming up. I told him on the other side of the burn section, I said, you will see a lake every mile or less. I said, don't worry about water whatsoever. I said, you don't like one lake to camp at, walk half a mile and there'll be another one. He was a nice gentleman. I told him I was the last Sobo. He wanted to take my picture. So he took my picture. Oh, shit! Oh, fuck! Oh! Stubbed my toe on a rock. Oh, shit. Oh. Ow. Of course. Oh, a bad ankle. Son of a bitch. May have to edit that out. Actually, I can't edit things out, or I don't know how to do it. I can edit beginnings and ends, but not middles. So you may get to watch me stumble, cuss. All right, starting to see some trees. Yeah, he said he's been hiking in the rain too. He said he had to, I forgot where he said, but he had to get a new tent. He said his was leaking like crazy. I'm real happy with my tent though. My tent is waterproof, condensation proof. Well, it's about 2 o'clock. Done about 7 miles. And about to come up to some lake. I'm gonna get some water and take a quick little break. And looks like I'm gonna camp on that. I gotta climb this 6 to 1,000 foot mountain coming up. And then on the back side of it, on top there's tent sites. There's no water. Then another mile, there's 3 tent sites and supposedly a pond nearby. So that's probably where I'm going to stop for the day. And unless I feel good, now I'll keep on going. But I hadn't checked to see I don't think there's anything. It's pretty long distance. There's another tent site. Glad to be out of the burn area. Still hadn't seen anything though, really. So when I climbed this 6,000 foot mountain, they said there's a view of Diamond Peak, whatever that is, I don't even know, or Diamond Mountain, Diamond Peak, I think it was. So that is the game plan. It'll give me about 13 for the day. Again, because I'm starting so late, and I wouldn't have today, but I didn't spend 2.5 hours crying in my tent with kidney stone pain. Man, that is miserable. Oh, I don't wish that on anybody. But today, pain-free. So I don't know. It's crazy. Well, I made it to Charlton Lake. Well, it's a big lake. So I don't think there's water until I get to the top of the mountain. There's a small pond, and I'm gonna have to get water there, and then I got another mile and a half to where I want to camp tonight. So, got to get water, drink probably a liter, and take 1.5 liters. I might eat me something. And by the way, I think I said the lake last night wrong. I was kind of in pain. It was Brahma Lake, if I said it wrong, where I camped last night. Yeah, it's a big lake. Ooh, look at there, got me a table. I'm gonna fix me some lunch. Big lake. Well, it's about 4:30. Done going on 11 miles. And I climbed the top of this mountain, but I'm in the woods. No views. Stopped and got my water because this campsite that's about 2 miles ahead has no water. Supposedly though, it's out in the open, and it's on the side of the mountain, and it says in some cliff rocks. There's about 3 tent sites, and it says epic views, awesome sunset. So that's where I'm going. But you got to carry water for 2 miles. Coming up, there is some campsites too. Probably about a mile or less. But I want to see something. God, I didn't see anything in 4 days. So I'm going to shoot for the other. Only thing is, it'll be, the wind picks up, it'll be cold because you'll be exposed. There's no protection whatsoever. Sounds like you're just out in the open on the ledge. That's okay. Well, I made it to the campsite. I don't know about epic view, but I'm at mile 732.5, so I did 12.5. So there's my tent. Don't have the fly up yet. I am right at on the last site. It's kind of windy, but there's sites farther back, but they're not in the sun. I want to be in the sun, but kind of windy, but whatever. Probably will die down tonight. And I don't know about epic views, but there's a lake out there. And I'll take this over because the sun's going to probably bleed it out. But I don't know. Beats so I can eat up here in the rocks and lay out and get a suntan. All right, I'll talk with y'all later. Well, I'll show you what I'm having for dinner tonight. I have some tortillas that I'm dipping into my dinner. I have cheddar broccoli north side with 2 packets of lemon pepper tuna, and I cut up a beef stick and put in there. Pretty much I just excuse me, I'm still chewing that tortilla. So basically I just boil 400 milliliters of water. I have all my north sides in a baggie. I go ahead and dump the tuna and the beef sticks in there, and I pour the boiling water in there and let it sit for about 20 minutes. And ready to eat. And I have a pack of tortillas that I've been using for my Nutella and peanut butter, but I have too many, so I'm gonna start using them to dip in my dinner. So there you go. And then for dessert, got some Cherry Mountain chocolate thing that I bought at the store. And if I'm still hungry, I have my trail mix left over from the day I didn't eat. So that is it. And there's my view as I'm eating. Big lake. And I'm going to try to catch that sunset later. Do a time lapse. And that's about it. Here's the tent. And I'm just sitting on there's a bunch of rocks beside me. It's kind of nice. You can spread out. So there you go.
Yes, I'll come back to you. Then I'll ask, what have we done under the sun?